Who are you and what is your business?
So I'm Justin Harvey. I'm the owner of Harco Detailing here in Kernersville, North Carolina.
And I want you to tell me about that, maybe that low moment or that moment where you knew you had to make a switch and you were evaluating everything, before you partnered with Creators Collective. Like, what was that low moment where you're like, I got to do something?
Yeah, so I wouldn't really say that there was a low moment. We've always held the standard in our market, but the biggest thing for us was getting over the gap, right? For us it was we were kind of stagnant. We didn't see a decrease, but we weren't really seeing that increase. So we just had to get over that jump and get to the next level. And we just decided if we're gonna do it, let's do it. Let's go all in. We built our business off of taking risks, and you got to spend money to make money has always been our way. And we decided let's take the risk and do it.
Where was the moment that you felt like, okay, I made a good decision and things are going to work out? We're trending in the right direction.
Yeah. So for us, it was actually kind of towards the end of that 6 month
At
thing.
month 6. Yeah.
Yeah, it was at month 6. That's when we really started seeing all. When I went back and reviewed all the numbers. Ever since October, finally we're kind of seeing the profits after the October. And every month since October, it's gone up. I think it was 32,000 October, which is roughly where we were at before, we signed up. So we saw that $32,000, $34,000 month. And then November, we saw a $38,000 month. And then December, we started, we hit $42,000 and we were pumped. We were like, slow time of the year, let's go. And then this past month, just $58,000 just is what we had invoiced. And it's like, I've got, almost $30,000 worth of work already for the month of February. And we're 4 days into the month.
Let's go, dude.
So we're starting to really see the process finally, pay off.
Yeah.
And to anyone out there, and this is, again, just complete honesty, it can be frustrating, right? There are times where it's like, what the hell am I doing? But, I stayed patient with Alec, and you and your team, you and I, we briefly spoke, and I just kept getting the reassurance. And that's all we needed. You guys are professionals, what you're doing. We just kind of let you guys do your thing. And over time, once it hit, it hit, it just kept going, and we're still just, it's still just going.
Yeah.
So, but about that 6 month time frame is when we started to really see the benefit and the profits coming back.
Yeah. And for the audience that's going to be watching this, to be very clear, he started on April 15th and did not see what he was supposed to see until October. But he stuck around, and then we were working for free up until now, where you actually saw your doubling of your revenue, and now we're cruising, and and now you're 4 days into February and booked 30K, man. That's awesome.
So yeah, that's what 30K is where we were at monthly consistently when we started with you guys, and we're 4 days into the month, and that's where we're at.
Yeah, that's amazing. Really proud of you, man. So what was the most exciting moment that you experienced when working with us then?
For me, it was 2 days ago when Frank asked me for my January revenues, and I was $6,000 higher than what I had actually, what I thought we were. So that was pretty exciting to see that. Kernersville, North Carolina, we're in between Winston-Salem and Greensboro, which is in between Raleigh and Charlotte, which are much larger markets. To just be a two-man show, as far as owner and most of the work being done through us, we've got our window 10 and our PPF guy, but to just be a two-man operation, with everything, and to see that we hit 60K, it was just like, we've been waiting for this moment, and we're ready for the next level. We're ready for 100K. So that's what Frank and I talked about today.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's the big one. That's what everybody wants to hit. We've actually got like a dozen shops that are right on the cusp right now. So we're hammering all of them. Like, just give us $5 more a day in ad spend, and we'll hit it. It's fun. It's really fun.
Yeah.
You've already told me what you didn't like about us, so now I want you to tell me what you did like about us.
The biggest thing is again, it's the communication force. I come from a sales background before, starting our business, and, working for corporate companies and things like that. Communication has always been the number one thing. And once the communication really started I like the fact that there's no beating around the bush. There's no bullshitting us and just telling us what we want to hear. You know, this is what we do. Let us do our job. You do your job. And, you know, that's probably for me the biggest thing I like is the communication and how there's no sugarcoating it.
You know, how has revenue increased since you started working with us? Feel free to, you know, speak in percentages if you want to, but you've already mentioned revenue, so feel free.
Percentages to me are always kind of a bullshit stat. Dollar amount to me is the most clear-cut way to look at things. Again, when we first started, we were peaking out $30,000 a month, 28 here, 32 there. And then when everything clicked, you know, again, we saw a $6,000 increase. And then that 6,000 turned into another $5,000 increase. And then that 5,000 increase turned into $12,000 increase. So every single month, you know, it's going up by $5,000. And to me, that's good enough for me, you know, if every single month we can keep seeing $5,000 to $10,000 increases. So yeah, I mean, it's been going great.
Fantastic. And who would you recommend creators to?
Anybody that likes making money. You know, I mean, honestly, man, it's to me, it doesn't matter what business you have. You know, obviously they do a great job in the automotive restyling business, but you know, these guys know their shit. Their SEO, Sophia, she's been a fucking rock star. You know, Frank, just on it. Anybody that wants to see true numbers, but can be patient with the process, because sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't work out right away. But if you just stick to it, let them do their thing, doesn't matter what market or industry you're in. You know, just have patience, and these guys they'll get you where you need to go.
What would you say to someone who is on the fence about moving forward with Creators Collective?
Just do it. And I know it's a very, you know, cliche answer, but I was you. You know, we were that guy that had tried other marketing companies and spent thousands of dollars, and it didn't work out. And again, you know, we were kind of stagnant. We weren't growing, we weren't, you know, slowing down, but we weren't getting over the hump, and we just had to do something. And worst case scenario, we lose what, 15 grand, you know, in the spend at the time. You know, $15,000, we'll make that back.
Yep.
But you know, you just have to do it. Go with your gut feeling, take the risk, because it is a big commitment, man. You know, you figure, you know, I think when we signed up, it was $2,500 a month before ad spend, and we jumped right into it at $100 a day. You know, then we were up to $150. I think we're paying $225 a day in ad spend. So $6,000 a month, when you think about it, that's a fuck ton of money, to, you know, to jump into and try and commit to. And when you've had previous bad experiences, my biggest thing is, or what I would tell everybody, just do it. Take the risk. Yeah. Worst case scenario, you lose a little bit of money. You'll make that back.
Right.
Best case scenario, you're like us. You double your income, and now our new goal is, you know, to double it again.
Mm-hmm. What surprised you the most, or made you happiest in partnering with us?
What surprised me the most? The biggest thing was I didn't realize how big of a team that we were going to have supporting us. You know, I get invited into the Slack, and it's me, you, and Jake, and Angie, and then next thing I know, within like 2 weeks, there's like 13 people that's in our chat, and some of them I haven't even talked to, but that's fine. But you know, just knowing that I have a video editor, I've got, you know, a meta ad specialist, a Google ad specialist, I've got Frank, I've got Angie, I've got, you know, direct access to you in the chat if I ever needed to, you know, speak with you. I mean, just the team behind every account, for me, that was actually pretty cool. That's what I did. You know, I thought that was pretty cool, the way you guys break that off and assign a full team with somebody in every, I don't want to say field, but every aspect of the program. Was pretty cool pretty cool for us.
Last one here is, if there's one word you could use to describe your experience with us, what would it be and why?
Put me on the spot, man.
Oh, I know. Yeah, this one's always fun. This is like, everybody responds so easily to all the other ones, and then they come to this one like, shit, give me a minute.
Well, I feel like a broken record, man.
That's okay.
Again, patience. You know, it's you can't jump into something and expect to see results right away. Patience is one of my, I don't want to say one of my, it's actually one of my worst, you know, characteristics. I'm not a very patient person, but throughout this whole process, I talked to my business partner. I even talked to my wife about it. It was like, we're what the fuck, and they're both like, just take a seat, man. Take your shoes off and relax, and enjoy dinner or what, and just being patient. That was the biggest thing. And again, here we are, talking about how we hit $60,000. So patience is probably the biggest thing for me, is just giving it time.